Yes, hello to another episode of the C-Level Workshop. Today with my friend Larry Bonastalli. Hi, Larry.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to have you on. Very welcome. Today we have a very special topic. We are talking about the longevity program of the Stanford University. Stanford University is one of the most important universities in the world, and it picked up this topic with aging and learning about aging and improving the conditions of aging, and developed the longevity program where you are an ambassador for. Please tell us a little bit about this ambassadorship, Larry.
I am, well, thanks again. The Center on Longevity centers around longevity, not old age. And it was founded in 2007 by two people, who is one of them, the managing director today,
Yeah.
Laura Karstensen, and then a gentleman by the name of Tom Randos. And it was founded, as I said, in 2007. And the research shows that education, exercise, nutritional habits, financial decisions, and social choices early in life have substantial implications for the quality of one's life. So to inspire change, the Stanford Center on Longevity works with approximately close to 200 Stanford faculty, students, and research staffs, as well as different business leaders, industry leaders, poised to distribute innovative products and services to the public. So they were, when I say they, the Stanford Center on Longevity was given the mandate to apply science, technology, and behavior and social change to improve longevity. So that's what it does. And I'm an ambassador for the center, and I'm a cohort class of 2023. And we incorporate all sorts of, we're out in the field and we lecture and we talk and we promote what, longevity and the 10 basic principles. Now I can get into those principles. I think it's important to know what those are.
Yes, please.
We have 10 principles for the new map of life. The new map of life, incorporates, as I've mentioned before, different multiple, flexible, less linear routes through life. Hence the new map of life. And that is in newmapoflife.stanford.edu if you want to actually read the text on it. But basically that large text is broken down into 10 different principles. Age diversity, aligning health spans with lifespans, building financial security, investing in future centurions, creating longevity-ready communities. That's a lot of that includes the blue zones. Harnessing technology breakthroughs through and transforming the future of aging. Distribute advances through across the different populations. Embrace life transitions as growth opportunities go on. Learning through life and working more years, but with greater flexibility. And today, I think we're going to address, kind of the learning through life principle. There are also seven pillars, of the Stanford Lifestyle and Medicine Group, which we work very closely with, which is under the umbrella of the Stanford Center on Longevity, and that's movement and exercise, healthful nutrition, sleep, stress management, social engagement. Cognitive enhancements and gratitude and reflection. Those work in concert with everything that we promote in the 10 principles of the new map of life. So,
when I reconsider this, you are saying transforming the future of aging and working longer time, living longer time. I mean, that's the basics. These are the basics of life. Right? These are very important topics.
Yeah, it's pro-aging. It's staying curious, staying busy, developing new friendships, staying fresh, being interesting, and being interested. And how do you do that throughout life?
Yeah. So staying interested, staying in connection with other people, having social contacts, this is really connected with learning, lifelong learning. I mean, giving up old behaviors and starting starting with new things, learning new things, and really be open and be flexible. So lifelong learning plays an important role in the program. What is your opinion about it? Or
Well,
how?
the map of life envisions more pathways for people to access the benefits of lifelong learning and the positive longevity it promotes. Lifelong learning provides not only economic opportunities, but also measurable health benefits, physical and mental, for people across all lifespans, especially older adults. And there's it's a situation that is not easy to promote. I mean, there are key barriers and there's key enablers. So we can get into some of those.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, this is a very interesting, because when I look at the reality, the real world, so people with 50 plus in the working world, they are sometimes a bit pushed aside. Nobody cares about them. Everybody wants to get rid of them sometimes. And but I think it's essential to give access to learning programs, to education, to the development possibilities to them. Don't you think this is an essential issue for the industry, for the business?
Yeah, and a lot of it, is changing one's mindset. I think we talked about that before. We have a tendency, because it's human nature, to get stuck in the past. And people have a tendency to struggle to going back to kind of a beginner mindset. So there's social pressures, social media comparisons, and longevity requires demands a different, more inclusive approach. So with each change will require new abilities and skills to remain productive, especially in this global economy that we live in today, which is more automated too. So skill sets are needed. So that's where the lifelong learning comes in.
Yeah, skill sets are needed, and you are talking about education and also media. I mean, this is also about focusing, I mean, on the topic of lifelong learning, because, I mean, we are flooded with information every day. It's available, and also it's probably influenced by many influences. Meanings, and so it's important to go the right path while you are aging and while you want to catch up with the speed of the society and be connected with right things.
Well, yeah, and people are overwhelmed a little bit too. I mean, there are people have many options and feel lost in deciding what option to pursue. So not having access to education or having time. And then there's also that need to earn money. People are, especially if you're living longer lives, or all of a sudden at 50, 55, you find yourself not knowing how you're going to earn a living. For some people, it's that brings on additional stress.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole fear, risk aversion, the corporate ageism, which is obviously prevalent, the corporate bullheadedness, and some people have a lack of imagination of what's possible. And it boils down to a lack of self-confidence and shifting gears, and that's difficult. And then I mentioned earlier the social media pressures with outperformers or these supposed influencers. The current academic system we have today doesn't cater to continuing education, and that's something we personally need to own, and we need to take in today's world, and that's across all generations. Now, I'm not only talking about older generations.
I mean, education is also vital for the younger generation at the moment. So it has to be in the center of our world, more or less. The access to education and to knowledge and to be informed about what's going on in the world.
Exactly. And then, this gets into some of the mentorship too, because giving back to the younger generation, and through this process, people become inspiring role models. We need ambassadors to be able to role model and advocate in our communities. So, and that's where we could all help each other.
Okay, so as an ambassador, you play a role model in lifelong longevity and education and working longer and be connected to the society for a longer time. So this is when I understand you right. Is this the role of your engagement with the university?
Yeah, I mean, our role is to excite, educate, and help redesign people's lives. Spread excitement, knowledge, emotion, and expertise of designing longer lives. And help people see what we are in the midst of this enormous change, and make opportunities from it.
Okay, I mean, redesigning other people's lives, this is a huge goal.
It's a huge goal.
I mean,
it's a constant work in progress. It's not something that automatically clicks.
So this is you need to inform a lot, you need to initiate a lot, and you probably need a lot of money to get this done.
And we represent, from a Stanford standpoint today, whether we represent ambassadorship wise 7 countries. There's 40. I'm going to say the age range is stems 40 years either way, and to be part of Stanford and as a world leader for longevity is an honor. So, and there's a lot of cultural components to it too, which enter into the equation. And we have been, because of where we are in California, we have been in the past more U.S. centric, but we are a global center, and we are becoming more global. And personally, I feel here in the States, we have a lot to learn from our partners in Europe and certainly in Asia, because I think in many ways, well, in Asia in particular, they have a better grasp of understanding the longevity, which gets into, longer living, where you live, place matters, how you eat, nutrition, and that's where those 7 pillars, those 7 pillars come in too on the Stanford medicine and lifestyle side. They really are critical to longevity. So that's why they're a big part of our mission.
Okay, so it is, as I understand, a key project in the university, in Stanford University. And so it's becoming obvious that's very important for the society. And why is it just, I mean, we have it in the focus in one university, but it's the rest of the world. I don't know how it is in the US. Don't understand this demographic situation and don't understand the aging of society. I mean, what have we to do to get it?
Well, it's become more of an issue over the last year with our political situation. The whole age thing has been top of mind, and it's been actually it's been positive in the sense that we're talking about it now. We have a tendency to put it under the carpet. The thing that and even on the corporate side, I mean, we have these programs that talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but nowhere do we talk about aging. And that is diversity, that is inclusion. And, you know, it's a top-down affair. If it's not driven at the very top of these corporations on down, it just becomes a process within the organization that everyone gets annoyed about. And so leadership in this country, leadership all over the world needs to own it and discuss it and understand that we're living longer, and we have to start at a very young age. And that means, you know, even from the beginning, having the proper health care available for our very young people and for our babies, making sure the vaccinations are there, making sure they're seeing doctors, they have the medical care, and the moms, you know.
So I mean, this is maybe a project, to explain the advantages of aging variety and inclusivity to the younger generation, because it is an advantage, but it has to be explained to them.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think for someone like me, you know, I'm 73 years old. And for me to be able to speak to younger generations, you know, is a gift. And I had dinner Sunday night with, you know, a 25-year-old artist that I know. And, you know, we have terrific conversations. And you know, we don't have enough of those conversations. And that's, you know, part of the whole loneliness thing we discussed last time. We need to be able to, you know, think out of the box, have new friends, grow our friendships, not be stuck in the past.
So this is inspiring, the program, thanks to Stanford University. And I thank you for the discussion today and for the inspiration. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. Listen, I love this topic. This is what I do now. This is my passion. And, you know, I'm working with some amazing professionals throughout the world. So this is what I preach, and this is what I bring to the table at this point in my life. So thank you. I do think, you know, in life, you need to work and stay better. Try to keep up with friendships, projects, positive relationships, get rid of toxicity, you know, and educate yourself, you know, stay on top of it and have a good attitude.
So I would say, stay tuned. We will talk about it more often. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.